Hello there, welcome back. Today, this is the last of the week of the videos. I'm going to talk about the documentary For All Mankind. This is a documentary made about the NASA Apollo flights. Covers all of them and is just basically about the experience of travelling to the moon and back, or doing the flights themselves during the Apollo era. It's one of those weird films. It doesn't become what you expect it to become. Originally I thought it was going to be a dry documentary. I love the NASA stuff. I've got videos about NASA footage. I've got like IMAX NASA films. I'm a NASA nut. I'm a total sucker for this stuff. You know, I'm subscribed to the NASA YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm one of those guys, right? So this is all of the Apollo missions, and it takes an interesting tack. Instead of telling you a step-by-step thing, what it does is puts you in the boots of the astronauts and uses footage from all the missions. From any mission I've got footage for, they'll use the footage. And the voiceover from all the astronauts. The only voiceovers they don't have are from the astronauts of the Apollo 11 original landing. They don't have that. It was Apollo 9 original landing. I've just gone completely mad now. My brain's just going mad. I've done quite a few of these videos now. My brain's going mad. So yeah, the Neil Armstrong one, they don't have Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and those guys. But they have everyone else, or anyone who was alive at the time of making the film. They have all of them, and what they do is, the footage they have, the astronauts were asked to shoot footage, but it was only ever for the scientists. They weren't really shooting any of this stuff for a documentary. They were just shooting it so they could have things to look at later on to see how did this work, how did that work, how did this function, did it function the way we wanted it to function? Okay, that's good, we can move on, but that's fine. So we just did all these like cameras to just shoot specific things, because camera footage, I mean, it's 16mm to take down away some of the space, but it still takes up a lot of space in that time, so there's only limited amounts. So you be getting footage from different missions as we're shooting different things. So it's not consistently one person, it's different people throughout, and different footage, different flights, and different people commenting on it. But you get the idea of, by shooting it, they treat it as like one mission, which is, you start off at NASA, get suited up, go into the Apollo flight, go into space, orbit there, maybe do a space flight, and then you go towards the moon. And just using that structure, and be using the footage from different astronauts, it gets the whole idea of, well, the Neil Armstrong landing was the big publicity thing. All the space flights had a similarity to them. They were all the same flight almost. They were just adding things and getting better with each flight. Like, we did this right, we'll do the next thing. Do this next one. That worked, let's do this next thing. So we're doing it step by step. So each flight, there was a consistency to. And experiences were very consistent as well. People experienced space in their own way, but it was unusual. And by using, because it's such an unusual experience that most people do not get, it affects people differently. But by having a wide range of people talking about it, you get a sense of the experience individually, but also the oneness of everyone's experience, of the sense of all of them are, there was a lot of similarities and everyone had a commonality to them. And that's what's so great about the film. It's like, you can't isolate who's talking, because they never have any images of the person's face. There's always only have a voiceover, so you go from one voiceover to another. So you don't know who's talking at any time. They don't tell you who's talking. You don't know who's on screen a lot of the time. It's just one of the astronauts. So they all become one almost. And by doing that, it creates a sensation in the film of, you know, a commonality between these all these astronauts. It also creates this interesting feeling of mankind going to the moon. It's not just one person going to the moon, it's mankind going to the moon. So it creates this feeling within the viewer of all of us going there rather than just one person going there. And that's what's beautiful about the film. It's also each step you find interesting information, you see them living in space and how they have to survive in space. So you get some amazing shots of them going into space. Then there's shots when they're very high up in orbit, more higher than they normally are, doing spacewalks. They do a couple of things before they go to the moon. And those shots are beautiful. I mean, the thing about spacewalks is they always look amazing whenever you see them. It's something that's so uncommon that we see it. They get even a bad camera, but a good camera especially. The way people move in space is so different from the way people move with gravity. And I always find it enchanting to watch. And some of these shots I've got here are stuff that's so much further away from what you normally see if you look at NASA footage, because they're going to the moon, so they're much further out when they do the spacewalk. So it's a very unique set of images that you don't get to see very often. And especially if you see this film I did, which was remastered 1080p, it looks beautiful, it really does. Even though the footage was shot in 16mm, they've done it up so well that it's things you never ever expect to see in a film. Just like angles and images and just the way people move, and it's just wonderful. You can just watch it just with the sound off, just watching the imagery, and you'd be amazed by it. But you've got the voiceover too, which tells you so much about the attitude, because all these people were professionals, they all had their jobs to do. So you're watching them do their job, but you're also getting bits of the personality as they do their jobs, because they did so much training for these jobs. They can do it, but they also have their personality within the environment. So they can relax within certain situations while they're doing their jobs, and you can get a sense of these people as people. Because a lot of time when you saw NASA things, it always felt like very humorless, very inhuman people. Because you're seeing them doing the press tours basically. You're seeing them doing the speeches, and they had to be very formal. And this, you see them as humans doing their job. There's no one telling them what to say. So you get the personalities, the actual personalities, not the prefabricated personalities that the government wanted from them. So again, it creates a sense of humanity, a sense of them going to the moon as an adventure, really. So it's almost an adventure story. And as you get closer to the moon, it gets more magical, because even with things you've seen on the moon, you haven't seen that much, and all this footage is new, you haven't seen it before. It shows it by actually spending time with the astronauts going to the moon. You sense how hard it is, how difficult it is to get to the moon. Until you land there, you really feel the achievement. You really feel like this was a very difficult task, this was a horrific task, and they managed to do it. They really got it done. So that's what's just wonderful about the film. And the whole film has this sense of, like, this is the fate of mankind, this is what we should be doing. It's it's not propaganda, but it's a sense of this is what we should be doing. We should be going to the next frontier and trying new things. It's dangerous, but keep going. And I'm susceptible to that, because I love NASA. But it's a beautiful film. I urge anyone who is any interest in this subject matter to watch it. Even if you're not, if you're just a film lover, watch this film, because it's a beautiful film. It's unique, it's different from anything you'll see in the subject. It's not prefabricated, there's no narrative like Apollo 13, there's nothing that's staged or anything. It just feels much more real, and it's probably, outside of The Right Stuff, this is probably the best movie about space, or about the astronaut program. I mean, there's other great space movies, but the astronaut program from the 60s, this and The Right Stuff are the two ones to watch. The rest are good, but these are the two ones to see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back soon. This is the last of my videos for this week, but I'll be back next week with some other ones. So, bye.